.55 miles, 7 minutes, 44 seconds per mile. Feeling really good out there today. Had another beautiful sunrise this morning. And it's one of those mornings where you just want to let your legs go, do what they wanted to do. And I would have run longer if I could have. Just feeling really good out there today. A little bit tired from some speedier runs this week. Everything's been at a little bit of a faster pace. I think maybe mentally I'm kind of compensating for the taper that's about to come and the restraint that requires and the recovering that requires and all those other things that happen in the taper that I'm not that good at. I've had a couple of questions so far coming up in the taper about what a taper is. I'm probably not the best person to ask about it, but the idea is that there's kind of like two things going on. One is any workout that you do takes a couple of weeks for your body to kind of get a benefit from. And so once you hit a certain point, any additional workouts you do won't benefit you till after the marathon. So there's no point in doing them yet because if anything, it'll just make you tired from the marathon or your body will be recovering from that workout by the time you get to the marathon with no benefit to it until after the race is done. And so it's not something like a long taper isn't something you can do for every race. It isn't something you do for like a 5K or not something I really even do for a half marathon because those are all races that are part of a longer kind of training schedule. So for me, the goal race is the marathon. And so by the time I get to the marathon, that's kind of what everything's for. For a half marathon, that's usually something that I do on the way up to a marathon. And so I'll still do workouts like the week before a marathon, half marathon, because yes, it won't benefit me for the half marathon, but it will benefit me like the following week after, which is something I'm still concerned of. The other part in terms of like getting benefit from workouts that won't benefit you till after the race is that part of a taper is you want your body to be at its tip top because it's your goal race. That's the thing that you've been building to. And so you want everything to be rested, healed, any nagging little injuries or kind of overuse things that are starting to bug you. You want to make sure you get those rested. You want to make sure you get your muscles rested, your hydration and your sleep and your nutrition all in a good spot. So that way you are at optimal kind of conditions by the time you get to the starting line. So there's kind of two things that are going on the taper. At least as far as I understand it, I'm one of the worst people to ask about what a taper really is all about, and especially how to do it, because I am not that good at it. But still not in the taper yet. I still get to kind of run how I feel like running this week. And so I'm just trying to get in another relatively high mileage week at paces that feel good, which is more of like the strategy that I've had. Again, I haven't had like a strict like day 78 I'm supposed to do this, or like I know a lot of people on Instagram will post like we're in week 14 day 4 and here's what I had to do. I don't like plans like that. They tend to make me stress out too much. And so this week I'm just going to go for some high mileage, higher pace before I start pulling back and doing whatever it is that I'm going to do during the taper, which I haven't really even thought too much about yet. I've been thinking a lot about it, but I haven't been thinking specifically about it. I've basically just been obsessing. But the main thing that I want to talk about today is I know a lot of people are coming to Chicago for the marathon. Some of you might even be coming from other countries to travel to the United States just to travel and compete in the Chicago Marathon. And I was wondering, do you guys want to do like a meetup, or should we have something like that? I was thinking, you know, what would make probably most sense would be to either do something at the expo, just have like an informal meetup where we can hang out, or go for like a shakeout run, or there's the International 5K, which is kind of like a 5K meander. I think it's mainly for the people that had to fly to get over here, to get a chance to see the city and also to kind of like just, you know, shake your legs out. But it's the day before the marathon, which always makes me a little bit nervous to be doing, even if you're doing like a walk jog 5K. It seems like a lot to do. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but I guess it depends. But I was thinking either that, or maybe we'll do a run in the morning, like a sunrise run together along the lake, or just do something at the expo. But the expo is so hectic, it's so crazy. The energy there always is very draining to me, at all expos, but at this one in particular. The other thing is Fleet Feet is having some events over there. They have a pop-up distance lab, I think it's what it's called. October 4th, which is I think before a lot of you guys will be getting here, there's going to be a Vaporfly 4% release party. I'm not really sure what the details about that are. I'm going to hopefully be getting mine before that release party is scheduled. And by before that, I mean, I'm going to go to the Nike store at 10 a.m. in the morning when it opens. If you guys are interested, you can either put something in the comments, or if you want to, DM me on Instagram. That's probably the social media place other than comments that I keep an eye on the most. Twitter messages are also a pretty good place to reach me as well. So let me know if you're going to be in town and you're interested in something like that. If there's a lot of you, we'll do something bigger. If there's only a handful of you, we might just meet up. So depending, I don't know, number one, how many of you are coming, and I don't know how many of you would even be interested in doing that. There's a lot of stuff that you have to cram in that short marathon weekend, and so I don't want to create another kind of stress point for any of you guys in trying to like meet up or schedule something in. So whatever you guys want to do, but I figure since so many of you are watching because you're getting ready for the Chicago Marathon, and you don't have to be coming from abroad, you could be local Chicago people too. If you want to meet up, let's see if we can work something out. I've never done anything like that. I don't really know how to arrange these things. I don't really know what to do once we would have met up, but I'm sure we'll figure something out. Anyway, thanks for watching today's video, and I will see you guys tomorrow.
Yo, what's going on?